Alright fam, what's up? Kenji back for another draft here on the arenas. Got some more of that Crimson Bow Wow Vow Pow Yow. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna roll with it. Anyways, pick one, pack one here. Got ourselves a pretty solid Mythic. 2/3 flyer for 3, enters the battlefield or attacks, exile a card from a graveyard. And then you may look at the top of your card or top of your library anytime. Once each turn, you may cast a spell from the top of your library if it shares a card type with a card exiled with Cemetery Illuminator. So you don't get to play lands off of the top, but you do get to cast spells. And since the majority of your deck is going to be creatures, as far as spells are concerned, it's not too hard to get a little bit of value off of this. Also, again, 2/3 flyer for 3, good stats. Or good enough stats on its own. Sadly passing a Whispering Wizard here, which might be the second best card, so maybe an awkward signal, but definitely going to take this Cemetery Illuminator and see what we can do from there. And bleh, no good blue card that I want to take second pick. Probably going to be taking a green card here, I would guess. Wolfkin Outcast is pretty solid. Just, especially if you can cast it for 4 mana, if you curve out another wolf or werewolf into it, it's quite a large threat for a pretty inexpensive amount of mana. Also a Flourishing Hunter, another great card I have come to enjoy. And then like a Cloaked Cadet, I don't think that's as good as even the Outcast or the Hunter, but probably just going to take a green card here, I would think. Yeah. Not too much else offering up itself here in this pack, so big drop off of power level, but a fine choice after all. Hey, okay. Getting past a Whispering Wizard is a very good sign. Definitely want to take it here. This card is just another card that can win on its own. Right? You don't need to invest too much into it. You just play it, and then whenever you cast a non-creature spell after the fact, you get a bunch of tokens. Other good cards. Fierce Retribution, solid removal. Imprisonment, fine removal. Lantern Bearer and Cruel Witness, both good cards for blue, so kind of sad to see those go by. And then like Basher and Fugue are fine as well, but that's an easy wizard follow-up for me. Probably going to take the Wolf Strike now. Love this card. Big fan of punch effects, where you don't have to potentially lose your creature. Now, obviously, they can still kill your creature in response, but I think this is good enough to take over, say, one of these blue cards. I think it'd be okay, though, if you want to just cut off blue and take, like, Cruel Witness here, but the Wolf Strike is a better card, I'm going to say, and removal is super important, of course. Okay, easy 5th pick, Mischievous Geist, Catgeist. It's fine to play this on turn 2 if you have it on turn 2, otherwise... you know, you usually want to like discard it or mill it otherwise and then attach it to something else, but pretty solid card. Any creature that can draw a card for a cheap cost like this is going to be worth. As a Fear of Death, Retrieval, other fine cards, but this is probably the best card here anyway, so good sign for us. Oh yeah, great sign. Cobbled Lancer here. Pick number 6. Gonna be the choice. And yeah, I mean, it looks like we might be leaning into the blue-green self-mill deck. Whenever you get to cast this early for 1 mana as a 3/3 with just extra value, it's always a good play. Passing a Chill of the Grave. And then like Reckless Impulse. Yeah, I think the best cards here are like Lancer, Chill, and Impulse. This Griff Rider has just been super underperformer. It's okay in like the green-white training decks, but it has felt a lot worse than it looks. Okay, yeah, we'll probably just take the Lantern Bearer here now. I think I'm okay passing Fear of Deaths, as I don't think they're a huge sign for people, and I don't think you normally want to run too many of them anyways. Crawling Infestation is interesting. The thing I don't like about this, it only triggers on your turn, so it's actually bad on defense. A lot of these type of cards, you know, you can block with something, and when your creature dies, you get a token. But if I'm reading this correctly, yeah, whenever one or more creatures are put into your graveyard from anywhere during your turn. So, Crawling Infestation, maybe a good enabler, but not a good card overall. Pick 8, we're still getting some really nice blue cards here. Cruel Witness, can't go wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, we could just be like blue flyers. We don't even necessarily have to be playing green at this point. As we get a pretty late traveling Minister. I've been real happy with this card. At its best in the life gain synergy decks, but bolstering your life total, helping with train creatures, and just getting in for extra damage has been really, really potent on a 1-drop. Otherwise, I could take like Radiant Grace for like the blue-white Auras deck, but I think the Minister is a little bit better overall. Yeah, Militia Rallier and Steelclad Spirit aren't anything special. I haven't played much with the Serpentine Ambush, but I think it's an okay combat trick in a pinch. We'll just take the 2-mana 3/3, although not sure how likely we are to play that. Okay, rather late Shield Basher. I guess we'll take that over Fugue since we already have the Minister. Yeah, look at all these blue cards coming back. Kind of like taking the Cradle of Safety here over the second Cruel Witness. But I guess the Cruel Witness is more of a signal, so... Alright, one of our Fear of Death's coming back. And the Ceremonial Knife. And then we opened an Edgar Charmed Groom. Kind of sad. I mean... I'm just wondering if I want to, like, splash that if I'm going to end up in blue-white. But Edgar's not like some crazy bomb or anything. If this was Elena and Halana, for example, I would take it and just try to go like green, blue, splashing red. But I don't think Edgar is anything amazing, especially when I'm not going to have very many vampires otherwise. So don't mind just passing it here. Hopefully we can send somebody further into black-white. For us then, we have a bunch of blue cards. Screaming Swarm is probably going to be my choice over Witness the Future. Just a solid 4/4 flyer for 6 with some extra upside value. Alana and Elena. You remember that card I was talking about? The card that I said I would probably splash if I picked it up? Yeah, that's the one. This pack's actually really, really good too, man. Otherwise, we have like another Whispering Wizard, a Packsong Pup, there's a Brine Comer, Fierce Retribution, Weaver of Blossoms. Oh, this card is just too good to pass when I'm already, like, considering playing one of the colors, so that's going to be the pickup, and now we're going to have to look for some amount of fixing to help support that. Man, another Brine Comer here, too. Ugh, that's brutal. Because it could possibly be that blue-white is actually the place to be. And like, there's no good red or green card here that I want, or red, green, or even blue card here that I really want to take. Like, Stitched Assistant is fine, I guess. And it does go well with the Lantern Bearer and the Catgeist, but... if I pivoted into blue-white right now, I could get some really nice rewards by doing so. I'm going to stick to my guns, though, and take the Stitched Assistant. But this would be the time to move into Brine, to blue-white. Wow, really nice pickup here. What is this, pick 4? So, yeah, you can tell blue is super open. We cut it off relatively well in pack 1, but I was still passing a bunch. But Dreamshackle Geist, 3-mana, 3/1 flyer. And then you can either tap a creature at the beginning of combat on your turn, or make sure a creature doesn't untap if it's already tapped. This is not a bomb, but it's just another great card like the Cemetery Illuminator. Okay, Thirst for Knowledge, or Thirst for Discovery, rather. I'm gonna take that over, say, Sigarda's Imprisonment, or what, Distracting Geist, another Fear of Death. Some green cards. Card draw is basically fixing, so if I'm drawing cards, we're finding our red and green sources. Another Lantern Bearer. Skywarp Scab. Could take the Nature's Embrace for fixing too, although I'm not super fond of that card. We're just a lot of creatures right now, aren't we? Yeah, I'm okay just to take another Lantern Bearer here, I think. Man, the Brine Comer back again. Ah, that's a 7th pick Brine Comer. Okay. So, you have to read the signals. Like, Halana and Elena are an absurd bomb in this format. But if on average I can make my deck like an 8 out of 10 versus like a 6 out of 10 with one, 10 out of 10 card, I think that's normally going to be the play. So I'm going to take the Brindecomber here and see if maybe that's going to pan out. Some unplayable stuff, I guess, for the green deck. I guess I'd play 2 Fear of Deaths now if we go blue-white. Skywarp Scab here looks okay. Yeah, see, there it is. We're wheeling the Brinecombers now. Okay. So I think this is probably going to end up as a better deck overall. Even though Halana... This is what I'm talking about, baby! 3 Brinecombers! Yep. We're just making our deck so consistently good now. Binding Geist doesn't actually work with this, right? No. So we'll just take another Steelclad Spirit since we might actually end up running those. Sad, but here we are. Of course I would open another green bomb. Or bomb-ish, bomb-adjacent, if you will. Hiveheart Shaman's really, really good. I guess I... Well, no. 3 color. Or not even 3 color, it would be 4.5 color. I have a perfectly good Whispering Wizard number 2 I could just take. Yeah, our deck's going to be better as a blue-white deck. Let's take another... Well, actually, this deck is mono creatures. I might actually want the Geist instead, since it can turn into an enchantment later. Minister over a infantry, or vice versa. With 3 Brinecombers, we probably want to take the infantry. Because it turns into an enchantment later. That's pretty nice. Get ourselves a Circle of Confinement for some interaction / removal. Yeah, my deck is just like creatures right now. Nothing but creatures, so it's good to pick up a little bit of interaction. A 4th Brindecomber, but I'm slamming this Fierce Retribution. We already passed a few, and I need the interaction for sure. Also, we've wheeled so many Brinecombers out of the last pack, it wouldn't be surprising to wheel that one again as well, right? Yeah, I think Heron's the play here over... Sorry, the Heron Blessed Geist is the play over Heron of Hope. Again, better synergy in this deck. Probably Chill of the Grave now for some more interaction. Nurturing Presence, yeah. We are doing the blue-white Auras deck, 100%. I think the second Presence might be better than Scattered Thoughts. With 3 Brinecombers, maybe 4th on the wheel, that's gotta be the choice. Yeah, another Lantern Bearer too, fantastic. We're actually missing some more exploit creatures to synergize with the bearers. Rare draft, why not? Yeah, I don't regret going into white at all. Like, obviously this color pairing was super open, so even though we got past a huge bomb, and it wouldn't have been hard to play it in a teamer colored deck, like I said, having a solid, 8 out of 10 deck overall versus a 6 out of 10 with 1 top end card seems like a better line. Not sure what I'm cutting here. Oh, the Soul Cipher board doesn't even look that bad. Yep, look at that. Every single Brindecomber. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Man, I don't even know what we're cutting here. These Steelclad Spirits, like 2-mana 3/3s in this deck seem like okay. They block well early. I have 31 cards here? Jesus. I think I'm gonna keep my curve low. Like, this is a good card, but it doesn't really have that much synergy. Yeah, I think the Fear of Deaths are like solid removal, and with how many ways do I have to get value out of the graveyard? 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think the board can probably be cut. I mean, we probably don't need 3 Fear of Death. Maybe Nurturing Presence actually isn't all that great then. Actually, I think the Shield Breaker might be awkward in this deck as well, because we're going to be beating down with flyers more than anything. We don't need that 4-2 on the ground. We'd rather have a 2-4 than a 4-2 on the ground. Man, still need to cut 4 cards here. Maybe 3. Guess I don't need Chill of the Grave. It's a good tempo though. Yeah, these presents, I'm wondering if they're even worth it, because all the Brinecombers turn on themselves. Maybe cut the Chill. I can probably cut 1 Cruel Witness, or maybe 1 Lantern Bearer. Maybe 3 Lantern Bearers is a little bit much when the majority of my creatures already have flying. This is still an 18 creature deck. So despite having 18 creatures, the Whispering Wizard again is still good because of all of the creatures that I can cast as enchantments from their back half. So maybe it's just cut the double Nurturing Presence and run it like this. Man, it does really feel like these 2-mana 3/3s could be good here though. Like, this is the deck for them. This is the deck they're supposed to be in. But I almost don't even want them. Too many playables. Too many playables. Alright, let's go 9 blue, 8 white. And yeah, this looks like a fantastic blue-white Disturb deck. With so many playables in the sideboard, you know you've got the open lane. I'm still wondering on these Nurturing Presence, though. They make flyers, too, but I have so many flyers because of the Brinecombers. Yeah, let's go like this. Let's see if we can rattle off some success. Had a mediocre day today on stream. We went from like a 71% overall win rate down to like a 67, so... Going back to the average, I don't think that's a maintainable win rate, but had some brutal games there, of course. If you're only a YouTube watcher, you can try catching me live over at twitch.tv/newmotthenummy. But if you're watching, you're here on the YouTubes right now, throw a like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Appreciate that. Been trying to ramp up on the YouTubes, as you've probably heard me say countless times now. Last X videos. Alright, we are on the play. Don't have a 2-drop, but we have a bunch of solid cards starting on turn 3, so let's go ahead and keep this. Ideally, we just draw, I don't even know what off the top. Interaction's fine. Put it on green-black, which is the color of the Self-Mill deck. Let's lead off with Brinecomer. Was hoping we would draw a blue source so we could play out the Dream Shackle, but not a big deal. Couple 1/1s pretty good versus the Ragged Recluse right now. As they're giving me a Kiss with the Vampire's Kiss. So it's gonna flip their Ragged Recluse if they discard a card right now. Okay. They discarded a Undying Malice, sure. Needed to draw a land there. I guess we'll just attack for 1 in the air. Or, sorry, I needed to draw an island there. Debating if I want to play the Geist or if I want to hold up Fierce Retribution. I guess I'm okay running out the Geist and maybe just going for a double block on the Odious Witch next turn. We don't really mind if these die because of the value we can get from the graveyard. Alright, and that's okay. They're going to give that -2/-2. Sure. So do I want to chump then? With the Brine Comer? I guess probably not. Go to 14. Awkward. The Cobbled Lancer doesn't want to eat the Distracting Geist. In fact, maybe this card shouldn't be in the deck, because a lot of my creatures I don't want to actually eat. But I guess we'll go ahead and eat the Geists, as it requires 5 mana, and a 3/3 is pretty good here. We might even use Fierce Retribution on the Sharpshooter instead of the Odious Witch. Because if they attack with a Sharpshooter, it turns into a 2/5. Actually, you know what? I could triple block the Sharpshooter. I kind of like doing this instead. Because then if they use a trick, I get to kill the Sharpshooter, which is the more relevant card here anyways. Because we can beat a 3/3, but a 2/5 reach actually gives us a really hard problem. Okay. Alright. That works out for me. Got them to use the trick. Killed the more relevant reach creature. And, oh, they gained life, so they get to bring it back. Pretty good. Another Brine Comer. Alright. The time is Brine. Pretty sure I added more islands to this deck than I did planes, but here we are. Yeah, well, what else are you gonna do? Just play out your creatures, I guess. A little bit of a board stall going on right now. Ancient Lumber Knot. Alright, that makes their Sharpshooter attack as a 4/4 potentially. This is kind of unreal. Not that playing the Geist would do all that much, but the fact that we've drawn 5 planes kind of sucks. Sure. Oh, that's a 4/4 on their turn with the Ancient Lumber Knot. Hey, there it is. Now remember, that taps a creature, but it doesn't lock one down unless it's already tapped. Thankfully, none of those things trample. So we have a lot of good chumpers, actually. Like any of the Brine Comber or the Lantern Bearer, pretty good chumpers. And then start accruing extra value. Sure. So they're just trying to draw a card with the frog. Or the Spore Crawler. The fake frog that I keep calling it. Yeah. I'm okay blocking and losing all of my Brine Comber. It's going to be a little bit unfortunate if they have another trample effect. Because they would get in for 6 damage, but... like, I have no spells in my hand, so... losing both Brine Comber gives me something to do. That's a lot of value. Let's go to combat and keep their wolf tapped down. And then play out the Cemetery Illuminator, eat their Spore Crawler, and hope there's a white creature on top. The land on top, sad. I think they might have forgotten about their blood token unless they have Toxrill, which will just kill us. So hopefully they don't slam the 7-mana bomb here. Ah, different 7-mana bomb. Alright. Well. The good news is those don't trample. The bad news is we can't beat it. Oh boy, Dreadfast Demon, huh? Well, now we know... Dreadfeast Demon. Now we know why they were playing out their lands and not using their blood. I don't know if we have a way to beat that. Okay. So let's chump the 6/6. Potentially trade with the 5/5. And I don't think I need to block the 3/3. I guess I should probably block the 3/3 though. They have Wolf Strike, that's whatever. Removal was going to get us regardless. Sure, Innocent Traveler doesn't do anything either. Yeah, well, there's a land on top, so good beats. Make some more flyers. Make some more flyers. Gain a life, why not? Keep that tap down. Well, at least our deck did cool things. Sadly, the opponent just had an unbeatable bomb. Or rather, a bomb that, if you don't kill it, you lose. And, yeah. They killed it. Or rather, I didn't kill it, so we lose. kind of good trades can I have? I mean, if I just hit some random enchantment creatures off the top, our deck is like majority creatures, so if this Cemetery Illuminator goes off, that's free. Need to chump that, need to chump that. I guess we have to trade off the Geist at this point, since it would just turn into a demon anyways. Alright, what's underneath the island? Another gosh darn land. Alright, well, that was unfortunate. We only got to cast one thing off the cemetery. But hey, I mean, our deck went off. We just... Sometimes you don't have an answer to the demon, or whatever the huge mythic bomb might be. I don't have any counters in my sideboard, do I? Yeah, it actually doesn't look like my deck has a way to deal with that. Or, you know what? This deck doesn't actually have a way to deal with a lot of the bombs in the format. I have one Fierce Retribution. Okay. Good beats. I think we can pull off at least 4 wins with this deck. The overall card quality is really, really nice, and yeah, we have so much synergy. We have 4 Brine Combers and a bunch of other enchantment. So, like, flyers are just so good and limited, and we can do a pretty good job of swarming. Cards we don't want to run into, though, are like the uncommon... I feel like I say this a lot. The uncommon 2 damage to all non-vampire creatures. That wrecks our deck. For sure. Alright, on the play. And is sad, but keepable. Actually, when you have 4 of an individual card in limited, your odds of starting with one of the 4 cards in your opening hand is like something crazy, like 70%. So, odds of us having like a Brine Comber in opening hand are crazy high. Maybe it's not 70, maybe it's like 60, but... Oh no, wait, maybe it's like 60% for 60 card decks. Yeah, maybe the odds of having a Brine Comber in opening hand are really, really high. I think they are. I guess I could be running 16 land in this deck. But we have a lot of stuff to do with our... We have a lot of things to do with our mana. Usually. If my second play of this game is the Heron Blessed Geist, that's going to be pretty unfortunate. Well, Magic is a fun game sometimes, friends. Oh? Hidden red cards? I really hope I don't lose to Officiant. Oh joy, a spell. We don't even get to block here since the Geist taps down the flyer. But maybe we can start putting on some pressure. Ooh. That is more damage than I would care to take. 5 now? Okay, well we can Fear of Death the Quartermaster and then hopefully cobbled something. Actually that's another good draw too, isn't it? Okay. We're still in this. Let's go ahead and Fear of Death this. Nice! Oh, milled nothing but value. That's fantastic. Pump up our Geist. Yeah, we can afford to attack now. Oh, I messed up! I needed to play this pre-combat. Now they get to attack me. Oh, I meant to play this pre-combat and tap down their Geist. A mistake there. Okay. Well, the deck gave me what I needed, and I just kind of threw it all away, huh? Oh, that would have been so good. Sure. Yeah, they might not even... No, they have to attack, don't they? Yeah. Ah, I'm taking 3 extra damage. Mistakes, mistakes, mistakes. Okay, so... Well, we gotta start doing a lot of things here. Let's go... Brian Comer here first. Now this is making my Fear of Death worse. But I think that's okay. Target. I'm gonna get a little bit of aggressive here. Combat. I'm gonna tap their 3/3. And swing in for 4. Sadly, we actually need a lot more of our creatures to die. And then hold the Catgeist. Well, that kind of sucks. That sucks a lot. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, it shares a card type. So now whenever they play a creature, they get a 1/1 token. Ay, 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 ay. Pretty happy they attacked here, I guess. Well, that's a good draw too. I think they might have Alchemist's bounce spell in their hand, sadly. But I'm gonna target the Geist. I'm gonna tap their 3/3. I'm gonna try to attack with my 4/3 again. See if they bounce it. And then we do need to play the Lantern Bearer out of our graveyard. Yep. That's what I thought they had. I'm pretty sure we need to play this out of our graveyard, otherwise they get to attack, right? And exile it anyways. Keep the Geist here. Or maybe it's just better to play the Heron out. No, I guess this is fine. No, it's not. They get to eat the Lantern Bearer. They still have 2 cards in their hand. Yeah, I guess I'm not going to get a better opportunity. Damn, didn't think this deck would be starting 0-2, but it's not looking good for us. Splashing Bolt. That sucks. They probably have some more burn spells, because I don't think Bolt itself is worth splashing for. But... ugh, man. This is brutal! I'm kind of upset we're losing so badly. Am I just dead on board? Block, block, block. I guess I'm not dead on board, but we're in a really bad spot. I don't even think I can gain a life here, do I? I think I need to hold it for a blocker. Yeah, it feels like these Fear of Deaths. Sure, there's a red spell. Okay, well, that's brutal. Man, from top 10 to 200 in a pinch. Or in an instant. Alright, I think I need to cut that 1-mana 3/3. Just doesn't work in our deck very well, the Cobbled Lancer. Probably do just need Nurturing Presence or another Lantern Bearer. I guess these Fear of Deaths are actually really bad in our deck too, because the majority of the time all of our creatures that die come back. So we never want, like, it's never that good. So I think we're gonna maximize our enchantments here. Bring in the double presence, bring in the third bearer. Maybe even bring in Chill of the Grave. Actually, I should be running this board too, I think. Something to do with all that excess mana, and it turns into a flyer itself. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if 16's lands is better in this deck as well. But I think 17 is still good because of, again, how many things we have to do with our mana. I guess I'll shave one of the lanterns. Alright, let's try this out. We're 0-2 right now, so need a little help. I mean, you can't complain about losing to the Demon in game 1, but that second round, we kind of just got... kind of got messed up because of our deck needing cards in the graveyard, but then only being able to cast cards from our graveyard, right? That Fear of Death was super awkward. So what I guess I should have done on that one turn was, the turn that I played the Braincomber from the graveyard instead, I play the Catgeist on it. Leave the one card in the graveyard so that I can still attack in, draw a card, and maybe from there something is manageable. Although I guess one extra card probably wouldn't have changed all that much. All good. Even good decks lose. And this one has no removal, or one removal spell, so it is going to be hard to beat some just good, solid quality cards. But I'm hoping we can rattle off some number of wins now. As I like to say, 0-2 is the perfect start to a 7-2. Or, you know, you can't go 7-2 without 2 losses, so we already got half of that out of the way. Now we just need to win the other half. Easy money. Can't be that hard. Can't be as hard as finding a match. Thank you. Alright, lost the die roll, but our hand looks fantastic. Flyer, 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 makes flyers. It's good enough. Let's find like Nurturing Presence for turn 2 or something. Something to cast on turn 2 and we go to town. Beautiful, I'll take it. It's not even bad. bolsters our life total while also pressuring the opponent a little bit harder. Uh-oh, and they're on a 2-lander. That's fine. Hey, there they go. Into the Spore Crawler. Now we can go like this. Pump. Combat. That doesn't matter. Swing in for 4. I think we're just gonna go double flyer here. I was thinking about playing the Circle of Confinement just so they can't have a Wolf Strike. But we're playing so many flyers out here that even if they do have a Wolf Strike to kill one of my creatures, it's not even that bad. Okay. Let's go to combat. I messed up and didn't use my Traveling Minister. Oh, you know what they might have here? Untap a creature. And I missed damage, so I might as well attack now instead. I think that's what's going to happen here. They're going to go +3/+3 and untap. Yep, I deserve this. It's my fault. Should have smelled it if they just... They played the 4th land and passed, so... Interesting. Gonna do it that way. We know we have a land on top of our deck, so we don't need to run out the Illuminator. Can eat the instants from their graveyard, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, let's just get our wizard online. Need to tighten up here, though. No need to throw away games that were seemingly easily won. Because that was very, very easy to sniff out, so... Alright, let's go ahead and play it out this time. So, they could have... What else here? They could have the 3/3 with Flash. I still like attacking with the Whispering Wizard, though. We don't have any other ways to trigger it in our hand immediately. They didn't do anything. This could be a counter, then. Creature counter. In which case, I might not even run out the Cemetery. Instead, I'd rather run out the Brine-Comber into a counter spell. Because then we can disturb it back later. Yep. Sniff that out pretty well. Yeah. Just gotta slow down and think a little bit, because it's pretty easy to get reads. That's fine. Yeah, let's play this out because we want to get extra value if possible. There's a land on top, sadly, so it doesn't matter what we eat here. Then we'll go Brine-Comber on our Lantern Bearer, because we do want them to kill Lantern Bearer if they have to. I could have pumped my Wizard here, but I'd rather just force them in the air, because we have so much pressure in the air that them keeping their 5/4 is not really super relevant. Diver Scab, yep, GG's. And just dead on board here. Alright, still played a little bit sloppy, but got there in the end. Let's try to recoup some of our rating, get some more wins back. Yeah, so should have just used the enchantment pre-combat after they attacked, because the +3/+3 on tap was... Yeah. All of that was easily foreseeable. Just gotta slow down and think. And not run into huge bombs. Alright, out of match rather quickly there. That was nice. Let's be on the play and have a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop kind of curve. On the play, 2-drop, 3-drop kind of curve. Good enough for me. Let's see how this Soul Cipher board pans out. It's 2 mana to look at the top 2. Alright. Kitty Cat Geist. I think here we like running out the Distracting Geist first, because I do offer the trade here. Or rather, if they offer, I will take the trade. Red-black with Ridgewolf, huh? Okay. Normally the Hungry Ridgewolf isn't very good outside of red-green, but they might just want extra playables. I'm happy to trade, especially since it doesn't even have trample right now. So they missed some damage by doing that way, but that's, I mean, good by me. Alright, I think I'm going to play the Catgeist out and activate the board this turn. The Catgeist might even hold them back a little bit. They might get scared that I could draw a card off of it and not attack. Though I don't exactly think that's going to be the case. Sure. They actually had a ton of werewolves and wolves. Apparently. That card's very annoying. Yeah, let's... Oh wait, I have to keep one of them, don't I? Not ideal. Feel like I'm falling behind already. But if they can't deal with a 3/3 flyer, we might be okay. Please don't hurt me. I have so much to live for here. Gluttonous Guest. Alright, that does make 1 blood token. Pass we like to see. Without the Brine Comber. Land, and we will say go. Whoops. Use the Soul Cipher board at end of turn. That's fine, they can sack. Actually gonna put a stop on my upkeep as well. So we can Soul Cipher on upkeep if we need to. The issue here is that I need to actually start doing something, because with their Runebound Wolf and now 3 wolves, they can start pinging me for up to 3 a turn. Alright, Illuminator was a good draw. Let's see what's on top of our deck. Need their Ridgewolf from the graveyard. Oh, there's an instant! Nobody has an instant in the graveyard though, so we'll just eat the wolf. Play out our land. Say go. They can't start pinging yet with the wolf, but they can next turn. It looks like they're just going to pass That's fine. They're gonna flip their wolves, use their Runebound. We can double spell with Thirst into something. Oh, fantastic. We even found a... Okay, so this is where we're gonna start going off here a bit. So let's play the zombie off the top. Oh, there's another creature on the top too if we don't want to sacrifice, but we do. We want to sacrifice the Catgeist. Draw a card. Definitely going to leave that on top. Another creature on the top. Fantastic. Oh, this is only once each turn. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Attack for 3. Oh, I guess they have Sure Strike or something? Ah, Undying Malice. Okay. That's fine. So it's going to come back as a 3/2. Then we go Wizard here, pass the turn back to them. They ping me for 3, but I played 2 spells. And they're gonna use the blood token, discard a land. Yeah, this game's gonna be a bit grindy. Actually, I am gonna use this on upkeep. We want to put the Lantern Bearer in the graveyard, I think. Sure. Okay, well, it's gonna flip it for me, so now I don't have anything to do on my upkeep. This is good for us. They're gonna go up to 3 blood tokens. Yeah, I think we're just gonna block one. We don't want to lose our Whispering Wizard to block another, and we can't block with the Cipher Bound, so that's fine. Okay. We get to start making infinite flyers here, basically. Start off with Thirst. Wow. Didn't find a land to discard. It's kind of nuts. Oh, this only triggers once each turn, doesn't it? That was actually a mistake to use Thirst, because that was my instant. Let's see, attack. Play the Cruel Witness out. Yeah, so what I should have done is just cast one of the enchantments and then cast the Thirst on their turn. Would have been a slightly better play. That's pretty annoying too. So they can sacrifice 2, make that a 3/3 that... Okay. They can only do that at sorcery speed though. Sure. Oh, that Circle of Confinement's GG, isn't it? Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 8, 11, 15. I'm 2 damage short of killing him this turn, I think. But I still think we suit this up. Nice graveyard value mill there. 4, 7, 10, 13. Yeah, we'll just attack with the big ones and leave back the small ones. We still have Fierce Retribution available to us as well, so I think I like playing it a little bit safer. Oh, that's right, they could gain life with the guest anyway, so. Good, good. So they need to find that Vampire Wrath. Oh, that's not going to be good enough. And they're just dead on board. GG's. Sure, doesn't matter. Okay, come on, this is the salvage. We started off debating everybody with an 0-2. 2 in a row now. Can we add a few others to that? I've only made about 10 mistakes each game. Every game. If I can just shave down my mistakes to like 5, you know, we can still pull off some good wins. Hopefully. Here's the game plan. Win the die roll, therefore being on the play. Curve out. That's all there is to it. Win the die roll, curve out. It's a 2-step plan. Sorry. Don't punt. It's a 3-step plan. It's a 3-step plan that I do not often adhere to. But starting from this moment on, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be on the play. I'm going to curve out. And I'm not going to punt. Therefore, I am guaranteed easy victories. What is this nonsense? I said I was going to be on the play. Alright, well, we can still follow rules number 2 and 3. That is to say, curve out, don't punt. Sure. Yeah, it's gonna presence up our bearer and smack in for 2 this turn. This is a really nice curve. No blocks. Panicked bystander, you got it. We go land. Pre-combat Geist for pump, as well as keeping their infantry tapped down. This is a pretty nasty flying curve. Red? Okay. Oh, I thought that was going to be the Helana and Elena, and I was going to cry. It's a pretty good draw step, too, but we're just going to go Wizard first. Keep their infantry locked. Swing in for 6. This is a brutal flying draw. Can you imagine if I was just on the play instead? Yeah, not blocking. Heron of Hope. That doesn't do it. So let's go land. Catgeist is a chumper. Pumping up our bearer. Go to combat. Tap their flyer. Swing in for 6 in the air. Say go. We can make a 1/1 at instant speed with either of these spells. We didn't want to thirst there for 1 extra damage because we want to hold up Fierce Retribution for the Heron in case they pump it up and then give it lifelink. Yeah, delicious curve out here by us. OP in shambles. Whoa. Alright, we're just gonna block there and pass. Alright, there's their lifelink. Now we will pop it off. And easy baby GG. I guess following 2 of the 3 rules is good enough. You can just imagine though if I was on the play that game. No sweat. Okay. We're at 3. 1 more at least. Just 1 more win at least. But 2 would make me happiest. Except, well, 4 I guess would make me happiest technically, but I won't be too greedy. If you're keeping notes for how to win games of Magic, by the way, win the die roll, curve out, don't punt. That's my philosophy. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button as we tune in for another day of Arena on the YouTubes. Yeah, I mean, you might notice that if you watch Twitch anyways, that these videos are obviously a lot different than my Twitch content. There's no chat that I have to interact with, play off of. This is more, you know, straight line focused. That is a scary looking Sorin. Once again, we did not follow rule number 1, but it looks like we are going to follow rule number 2 at the very least. And then hopefully rule number 3 as well, but you never know in the middle of a game. I guess that's not even true. We're not going to want a Nurturing Presence up our Traveling Minister, so maybe I'm not even following rule number 2. Maybe I'm following no rules currently. Lost the die roll. Doesn't really curve out. I guess it's still a keep. Looks like the OP is just debating. They would like to keep their hand. They did. Alright, I need to find something to do next turn or the turn before. Because I really don't want to have to presence up my Minister here. That's good. That was actually a fantastic draw, because the Taxidermist is something I will absolutely get rid of. Now the question is, do I value the life here or the damage? And I think the life is a little bit more valuable. My deck is capable of going super wide. That's fine, we don't care about that. Nice, that is, woof. Alright, I lied. We did follow rule number 2 after all. Look at that, 1 mana spell, 2 mana spell, 3 mana spell. Now, all we have to do, one more thing, a land off the top. For the ultimate dreamy curve out that I was talking about. No! They have the sharpshooter. Ruined. Did not find the land either. So ruined in every single way. Alright, well this is a good turn to actually Nurturing Presence up my Brine Comber. So I'm going to be able to attack with it. Right? Oh, wait, did I miscount? Why did I think that was going to become a... Oh, because the first token gets made... Right, the first token gets made before the trigger is seen. Sorry, the token is made before the enchantment's on the battlefield. You got me. Our one weakness, a 1/4 with reach. I'll make that a 2/5 with reach. Alright, I'll take it all. Okay, good. No more flyers. Alright. They're probably going to trade, and I'm okay with that. We can Brine Comb our other Brine Comber. Oh, having a fourth land would make this a lot easier, wouldn't it? I think they have the +2/+2/+ trample trick in their hand, which is kind of sucky. Yeah, they're going pretty wide here. I guess I'm gonna take it one more time. And still just try to race them in the air. Make 2 more flyers that way. Yeah, I think that's what we probably need to do. That trample trick is going to kind of ruin me, though. Boo. We needed to hit that 4th land just a turn sooner. I don't know if they're going to give trample this turn, but they might. Yeah, they did. Alright, so we're going to take 8. Figured they had that. Oh, this is going to be close, but I think we're going to lose by just a little bit. And obviously if they have another trample card, we lose on the spot, but I can't do anything about that. Okay. Well, this is actually fine. I don't know why they gave that flying. We get to flip our board as well. You know what? This might still be winnable. Oh wait, the token doesn't go to the graveyard. Right. Whoa, they have a wedding announcement. That card is busted. Can I still win this game? I can hit him for 4 this turn. And then go Brine Comer plus... I think we're still winning, though. Oh, I only hit him for 3. Never mind. Still, Brine Comer into put the counter on the Brine Comer. Like, I have to attack here. Oops. All of a sudden, creatures! Go, my little flying tokens of death. Winnable. Crazy. Just passing? Wait. Huh. Oh, I see. That flips the 6/4. That 6/4 is now unblockable. Aha. So I do need to gain a life here for sure. Them for 3. Or hit them for 4. No, hit them for 3. Yeah, hit them for 3. Play out the Witness as a blocker. And hope. We win on the following turn in the air. The Cruel Witness can chump the Raider, and when the Cruel Witness dies, I get another flyer from the Soul Cipher board, so this'll work out. Easy block. Ah, gain 5! And it has reach. Are you kidding? Oh my god, dude. And once again, I cannot double spell this turn. Oh my god. So disgusting. Block 4. Yeah, that's good beats. Good beats. Need to play this out to block the Raider. Oh man, close game. Well, at least this game was pretty good. Was I on the draw again this time, or was I on the play? I think I didn't follow the rule number 1 of being on the play. Damn. God, Brambleworm is so good. Alright. Maybe they don't attack. Oh, wait, what the hell? Okay. I only need 1 damage there. This has to chump there. Chump, 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 chump. I don't see how I can win, but at least this lets me live. Ah, sure, they just had another pump spell. Good game. Oh, man, brutal. Ah, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. They can't all be winners. What was that, a 3-3? Started out 0-2. This deck really just needed some more interaction. Like, it had a super good core for the blue-white deck, right? And in fact, like, we wheeled 2 or 3 Brinecombers, so I think I moved into the right color pairing, even though I had to lose out on the Halana. But I only have 1 Fierce Retribution in the deck. I have no bounce effects. I have none of the creature cannot attack or block, so in scenarios like that, where I can go super wide, but the opponent had a bunch of like trampling or unblockable creatures, like we were just a little bit short of being able to push through, and so maybe like running the Chill of the Grave would have been better there. There were a couple games where I just lost to like the 1/4 reach creature, it felt like. Like that one was unfortunate. I had them on a 2-turn clock, and then they had the Worm, which of course not only gains life, but also has reach itself, so that was brutal. But hey, it was a fun little draft. I think the draft was the most important piece. The games or whatever, maybe there was not too much to be learned there, since I made a couple mistakes for sure. or some of the games, you know, we just didn't hit our 4th land on time, yada, 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 yada. But the drafting portion, I think there was something good to be learned, especially when we pivoted away from Halana and Elena, you know, one of the top rares in the set. So still a good learning experience. Definitely need to take more removal. Oh, I guess I had the Circle of Confinement, but that's only for a 3-mana card. Anyway, good learning experience. Removal, obviously, still important in Limited. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.